Hello, everybody. Trying for the first time. Let me know if you could hear me. Oh. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay, can everybody see each other's chat? Can we all see each other's chat? This is our first time using this, so excuse me if we are, it's a little experimental here. Oh, you guys cannot see each other's chat. Okay. All right, just gotta change it here. Can you see it all now? Okay, so let me know if you guys see each other's chat. So not only are we doing this to do this webinar for you guys, we're looking at this as a new format for everybody. Okay, so let me know if you could see each other's. All right, perfect. So this is new. Arthur suggested this, so hopefully it works out well. And if it works out really well, we very well may do this moving forward with all of our webinars. How do I sound? Do I sound really good as well? What do you guys think? Sound good? Sounds great. Thank you, Lynn. Oh, Lynn's here. Party. Woo, Lynn. Okay, so I assume you guys don't see me on video. I don't look all prettied up, so I hope not. So if that's all good to go, we are ready to begin. I really like this new format than what we normally do in our YouTube channel. How many of you guys are there doing our webinars regularly that we do via YouTube? Give me a thumbs up if you are there. Oh, Jennifer Contran raised hand. Not exactly sure what to do with that yet. Diana Bruner raised hand. What's up, Diana? Okay, so what do you guys think of this already, this format? Do you like this better than what we do in YouTube, or do you like it here? What do you guys think? You like this? Okay. So anyway, so today what we wanted to talk about was what you guys can be doing from home while we are sitting here quarantined trying to overcome this virus. So we are not just sitting there like victims. So what are some things we need to think about? First of all, who's ever heard of this word sphere of influence? Write for me what sphere of influence means to you. What is that sphere of influence? It's what I got on the board right here. What is the sphere of influence? When you guys start in real estate, if you guys look at my interview I did with Ryan Serhant, excuse me, first thing he'll say is expand your sphere of influence. Talk about your sphere of influence. That is where it all begins for real estate agents. Contact everybody. Basically, your sphere of influence is everybody you know that could potentially lead to business. And who is that? That is basically anybody who's had any positive interaction in your life. So right now, there is no better time to expand your sphere of influence. Do we all agree? There is no better time to expand your sphere of influence. So I need you guys interacting with me as much as possible because, like I said, this is new for me. So I want to make sure you guys hear me. What can you guys be doing to expand your sphere of influence right now? Right from home, what should you be doing? What's the most obvious thing you guys should be doing right now? Write that in the chat. Not even social media. Going through your phone. Thank you, Kimberly Blake. Go through your phone. Call everybody. You guys should be doing that anyway right now. Before we get into social media and all that, you guys need to pick up the phone and be like, hey, Bill, what's up? Remember from college? I just haven't spoken to you for a while. We're all at home. I thought it was a good time to catch up, see how you and the kids are doing, what's new. I know it's been a minute since we spoke, but I just want to touch base and say hello. Do we all agree? This is the time to kind of do that. It's time to pick up the phone and just, you've never had a better excuse to call someone and be like, sorry, I haven't touched base for a while, but I figured, we're all at home. There'd be no better time for me to reconnect with you. How are you doing? What's going on with you? How's the job? Are you guys doing all right? You could show some empathy for them that they're going through a tough situation as you are as well. You can relate to them. You guys can kind of commiserate together and kind of reconnect and build that relationship. And people would appreciate that. Do you guys agree or not? Right? I agree. Right? I agree. So the first thing we should be doing right now is you guys should make a list of everybody you should call. And you guys should be doing that every single day. Use this opportunity to build those relationships. You do not want to sound salesy in that first call. Do we all get it? You guys should not be calling and be like, hey, I'm studying for my real estate license. Get ready to give me a good deal. Nobody's going to hear that. That's down the road. Right now, we're just trying to reconnect. So everybody got that. That's step one. List all the contacts that you are going to call. Everybody got it? Right? Got it. Okay, so I just said, no better time to contact everybody. Call them. Who kind of thought they should do that? And they're just like, oh, it's kind of obvious. I should have been doing that. Yes, it's so easy to call everybody right now. Last night, I spoke to my uncle, my other uncle. I spoke to my cousin who I can't stand, but I was so bored. I was like, whatever, I'll call him. I still think he's a loser, but whatever. I had to call him. All right, next thing. Let's move on to social media. So I want to get over that obvious point. What is the point of social media? What is the point of social media? What do you guys think? When you guys think of social media, what is the point? What is the whole point of social media as per your business? Some of you guys are like, to look at good-looking people on the beach. That's the point of social media. Okay, stay connected, communicate. Here, I'll answer that question with a question, okay? And here's a little exercise I want you guys to do. How many of you guys have been following me on YouTube, on the Facebook group, on Instagram, different type of outlets that Arthur Age and I have created? Who's been following me in different types of places? Okay, so here's my first question. Describe me, or a statement, describe me. I want you guys to do your best to describe everything you know about me, about Joe Juder, the person talking right now. So I want you guys to, first things come to mind or latest, okay? Where's the Fordora? Motivation, Joe, study info. So give me more. What do you guys know about me from everything you've seen? Great teacher, loves burpees and Starbucks, motivational, wildly handsome. Who wrote that? Oh, Arthur wrote that. Arthur. For the second there, I was like, what? I started to get my little girl giggle. Then I realized Arthur wrote that. Okay, so my point is, you guys are naming a lot of things about me, but we've never actually met. But it feels like you guys know me. Doesn't it kind of feel like you guys know me? It feels like you guys know a lot about me. And this is the big point I'm trying to get across social media. I asked you guys to describe me, and you guys are like, oh, he lives here. He has this kind of attitude. He's kind of motivational. He tells jokes. So you kind of have an idea about my personality. Would you guys agree that you have a pretty good sense of my personality? You have a pretty good sense of who I am. And not only that, you have a pretty good sense of what it is I'm trying to convey. And the biggest thing I'm trying to convey, and Arthur and Adrian are trying to convey, is getting you guys past your real estate exam. Most of you guys know me through that. And through the social media, we try to convey that through our Facebook groups. We try to convey a sense of community. You could determine how successful we are with this, but that is your main goal. You want people that when they meet you to say, wow, I feel like I already know you. Wow, I kind of feel like we've met before. Even though I've never met before in their lives, but when they see you, they kind of have that smile like it's seeing an old friend. And I think you guys would agree, if I saw you guys at Starbucks and I said, hey, Aunt Davis, or hey, Karen, you know, what's up? Can I sit with you for Starbucks? You'd be like, sure, what's up, Joe? How's it going? Even though we've never even met, but it feels like we know each other. Does that make sense? Everybody right? That makes sense. I think it's a good point. Just right, it's a good point, but hopefully my message is getting across. Okay, so that's the main point. Now you connect that with that sphere of influence feeling we just said. We said you want to call people, but it's kind of hard to pick up the phone and cold call a lot of people. Let's be honest, a lot of this will be cold calling because you haven't spoken to a lot of people for many years, or maybe a warm call. But now you add that person who you're going to call. Remember we made that list when we started this conversation? That person follows you on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, whatever it is. Doesn't it make that call a lot easier now? So when you call Bill from college, you haven't spoken to him for years, but he's been following you on Instagram or following you somewhere else, even though you haven't spoken to him at all. Doesn't that call become just a lot more comfortable? Whether you intended on it or not, just becomes a little simpler. Do you agree or not agree? So my question is, how do you get him to follow you? How do you get Bill from college you haven't spoken to for 20 years to follow you on Instagram? What's one simple way? You could ask, you can message, you can add them, or here's a simple thing, follow him. Thank you, Lania. Follow him and make intelligent comments on his Instagram. So when he posts something about his kids, you write, great picture, glad to see everybody's doing well. It's not just a matter of following back. It's also a matter of quality interaction, like great picture. He looks like how you were when you were in school, something that has some personability to it and some sense of connection. Okay, does that make sense? And he follows you back. And you don't have to have a full conversation with the guy or whoever it is, but you start to get interaction. So now we look at that list you just made, all right? You made that list for the phone, correct? We said you're going to make that list. I hope you guys are writing this down. You are also going to find out if all these people have social media accounts in one form or another. Everybody got it? So you're going to look at that list. You're going to call everybody, but you're also going to see if they have social media accounts, and you're going to spend time following them and commenting on them. Good idea or not? So far, am I being helpful? Is this helpful so far? I got a lot more information to give you guys, a lot more ideas, but hopefully thus far, if this is helpful, right? It's helpful, Joe. Thanks. Okay, thanks, Dana. So you want to check everybody. You want to look them up to see if they have their own Instagram, their own YouTube channel, their own thing. And you want to comment on them. Definitely do not spam them. That's right, Abigail. And that's why I said, so Abigail made a great point. You don't want to spam them. That's why it has to be an intelligent comment. And that's why I said it can't just be like, Bill, I'm looking to sell real estate. It has to be, Bill, I see the picture. It's great. Looks like your kids are doing great. Remember when we did that when we were kids? That's what you need, a more intelligent comment. Okay, so he said describe me. All right, here's one of the things that drives me nuts. People say, do I need a real estate license to start marketing? What do you guys think? Do I need a real estate license to start marketing? No, that is just another lame excuse. And then I wrote really big here, and I'll put it in red for you guys because this drives me crazy. You do not need a real estate license to talk about real estate. When you go on a vacation, you see a beautiful building. What do? You take a picture of it. Then what do? You post it on Instagram. Then what do? You describe it. Then what do? You have a conversation about it. Right, guys? You're talking about real estate when you do that. When you guys go on a vacation, you see a beautiful building or a beautiful statue or something of that nature or a beautiful town. You post it and you talk about it. Yes or no? You guys agree? Yes or no? So you guys should be doing that same thing right now. You cannot sell the real estate, but you could start to build a profile where you're discussing different aspects of real estate in your community. So right now, Let's talk about some ideas. What are some things you could take pictures of and you could talk about right now to kind of establish yourself as a real estate expert? Remember, real estate expert doesn't necessarily mean a real estate licensee. A real estate expert is just somebody who knows a lot about real estate, and you can build that conversation. So right now, I want you to give me some ideas of things you could post and talk about in your community that could create conversations to make you seem like more of an expert. So when you do pass, if you guys haven't already passed, you kind of have a little more knowledge. Texas Blue Bonnets. Okay, so you could show pictures of the school, talk about it. I wouldn't just show pictures of the school. I'd be like, you want to ask a question, say, what do you think of the new wall painted by the school? Or what do you think of the new statue they put in front of the school? Or did you guys hear about the new educational program at the school? That's a great one because it's very community oriented. Historical sites around town. I love that one, Lynn. You could post something historical and say, do you guys realize how old this building is? I'm so proud of my town. We've really cherished this library. It's been here for 100 years. You know, things of that nature. Restaurants, a great one. My favorite place to eat pizza. This is not necessarily real estate knowledge, but it is showing knowledge about your community. Does that make sense? It's showing more and more knowledge about your community. So I love that. Restaurants, parks, discussion. And you notice I'm not just taking pictures and I'm saying, look at this. Isn't it nice? I'm trying to ask questions. You're trying to start a conversation about it. Everybody get that? So I want everybody to write that. Try and start a conversation. Everybody write that in the chat. Try and start a conversation. Okay, you want to try and start a conversation about different things in your community. Try and start a conversation, okay? That's always the goal. And of course, you can take pictures of homes, like what do you think of this home? One thing that people love is comparables. 3 pictures of homes, which ones do you like better? How many of you guys follow us on our Facebook group? Who follows us on our Facebook group? And here's an interesting thing for you. I'm going to ask you guys this. What kind of post do you think gets the most attention interaction on our Facebook groups? And you guys may be blown away when I tell you the answer. And this may really help you how you structure your social media. What type of posts consistently get the most interaction on our Facebook group? Danielle's close. So the ones that get the most interaction is when an agent posts their pictures and say, I took my new photos, which one do you think looks best? And they put 3 pictures of themselves and they decide which one they should use for their business card. Do you guys see those every once in a while? Those consistently get the most. Isn't that crazy? Out of all the ones we do real estate exam content. I could give people the answers to the exams on the Facebook group. So you guys are like, quick, do that. It doesn't get as much attention as when you do survey comparables, okay? When you do something when people post, I got 4 pictures, which one do you think looks nice? 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, if you notice when I posted our logo, Arthur and I are picking a new logo. We said, which one looks better, top or bottom? Look at it. Look at how many interactions that got as opposed to other stuff. Okay? Does everybody get that? So when you go and you say houses, blue house, red house, which one looks better? Or you say to yourself, what looks better, a tie or no tie? It's easy. That's right, Kimberly. It's easy. People like interacting with it. And here's the other point. You want to make it so people feel like they are part of your business. You want to make it so people feel like they have some vested interest in your business, like they are part of it. All right? Does everybody got that? You don't want to just dictate information. Said Arthur and Adrian and I, we try and do that quite a bit. Like with our, and it's not just to get marketing. We really do want to hear back from people. It has to be authentic. We actually do want to hear from everybody as much as possible. So think about it. When I asked you guys, what logo should we choose? It made you feel, well, how did it make you feel? You guys tell me. When we said, which logo should we choose? When we say, should we use the vocabulary? Should we use Zoom? Or should we use YouTube? And we hear that advice and we actually apply that advice, not just Not just hear it, but we actually apply it because we actually do want to hear it. We're showing that we value your opinion. It's important to us, and it kind of demonstrates that, you know, we take the input and it makes you feel like, you know what, I have a vested interest in this. You know, I actually had an input in whether that logo went up or didn't. And that's us as a business. So when you as an agent, when it's actually like a brother or a sister or a friend, and they're giving you input and you're taking that input and using it, they feel a sense of responsibility towards your success. Just think about it psychologically. If you give me advice on like what I should do for exercise, you're like, Joe, you need to do more abs. And I do more abs. Well, don't you feel bad if I do everything you say and it doesn't work? I mean, agree or not? If you give me advice on how to get better abs and I take your advice to the T and I don't do it, no, and I do it and it doesn't work, you're kind of sitting there thinking like, oh, okay. You're going to come to my house and be like, all right, we got to work on these abs more. We got to see what we could do. Is that a good example or not? Hopefully that example helps. Anyways, it's not going to be that direct, but you got to kind of pose that in your social media. And you got to show, I care what you think. I want people to interact with me. I want people to have a vested interest in my success. Write that down right now. Vested interest in my success. Create a vested interest in my success. You want everybody to be on your team, emotionally be on your team. Okay? Now, we discussed how you call everybody, you contact everybody. We discussed how you want to create like this feeling of people describing me and knowing me. My hope is through us wanting to help you guys, authentically want to help you guys and trying to really work hard and create that relationship, that you want to see us successful. My hope is that you want to see Arthur, Adrian, and I be successful. And if something bad happens to us, our hope is that bothers you. And if something good happens to us, that makes you feel good. That's kind of our hope. And I said, how do we convey that? Asking your opinion, going above and beyond, trying to do things to help you guys. It's a two-way street. Like we're trying to do these webinars. We know everything's going through a tough time, and we want everybody to, be successful through this time. So it's a give and take. So you guys got to think about all those things and creating that bond. And you could do that in social media. You couldn't do that 20 years ago. You could not do any of this 20 years ago. So all those dinosaurs who don't understand this are going to go by the wayside. Everybody who's not utilizing this time really well right now, it's going to go by the wayside. Okay, so you guys got to get on this. You're in a golden opportunity. On a side note, it drives me nuts when people say, is this a good time to get into real estate? I actually did a post about this. What's my answer when people say it's a good time to get into real estate? I don't know if you guys saw that post. Who knows what my answer is when people say that? I say there is no good time. It's all the same. There's going to be ups and downs. And if you're trying to time when to go in, then it's not a real career for you. It's not a real career. Okay? Because it's going to be a long-term career. You're going to be here during the ups and downs. And you also got to remember in the beginning, you're not going to have a lot of deals. Maybe you'll have a few, but you're not going to be roaring until you get going. So you yourself are probably 6 months to a year out until you're really roaring. So if you want to play that game of time in the market, you want the market to be good like a year after you start, not very in the beginning. Does that make sense? So people, anybody who says, is this a good time to get into real estate? They're not really in it for a long-term career. Anyway, that's a side point. Okay. Next, priorities of social media. We talked about Instagram, but I want you guys to do something for me. Google my name, Joe Juder. Right now, Google my name, and I'd like you to write what are the first things that come up. All right, there may be some pictures from way back when. I'm talking about on the search. Don't worry about the pictures. You can look at the pictures if you want. Okay, what's the first thing that comes up? LinkedIn, right? Most of you guys are probably seeing LinkedIn, correct? LinkedIn and Instagram, LinkedIn. Okay, so this goes to my next point. LinkedIn, you guys must create a LinkedIn profiles. Everybody got it? Say, I promise. I promise to create a LinkedIn profile. Arthur and Adrian and I do not spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. Most of our time is spent on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for our marketing. And there's other things that are great too. But you notice LinkedIn goes right to the top. It is the search that is going to go right to the top. It's going to go above and beyond everything else. It's beyond our website. It goes above our YouTube channel. It goes beyond, it's above my Instagram, all those things. Does everybody got it? You must utilize your LinkedIn. Even if you don't make it really good and fancy, it's got to look clean. Everybody who's professional has a LinkedIn profile, especially if you're independent, much like a real estate agent is. I mean, accountants have it, lawyers have it. You guys got to set that up and make it look clean. If you have not passed yet, you can't say you're a licensed real estate agent, but still get that going, because when people search you online, whether you like it or not, that's what's going to come up. Does everybody got that? I have a LinkedIn for another business. Do I make a new one for real estate or add to the current one? Add to the current one. Because LinkedIn, you want to show your entire self, like who you are and what you're all about. Okay? It's not necessarily specific for your business. It's about you. Obviously, part of you is your business. You want to talk about your business there and set it up accordingly. And we could do a whole nother webinar on LinkedIn, which we're not going to do now. But my point is, you should at least make it clean. All right, set it up. Make sure there's no spelling errors, no grammar areas. So if you forget about it a few months from now, which hopefully you don't, but let's say you do, when people look at it, it doesn't look terrible. Because as I just proved to you, it's going to come up on the search rankings, whether you like it or not. Has everybody got it? And this is not my theory. We just went through the exercise. You looked it up, and there it was. So everybody write, I promise to clean up my LinkedIn. Let's be honest. How many of you guys don't even have a LinkedIn profile? Or if you go to it, it has really old information. So this is one more thing. And hopefully we're sitting here thinking, not only am I not bored sitting at home, but man, there's a lot I could be doing. And that's hopefully what's starting to go through your head. Hopefully what's going through your head now is, you know what? There's a lot I could be doing right now while I'm at home. And that was kind of my goal for today in my effort to help you guys out is, you know, get away from this idea I'm so bored, but rather like, oof, there's a bunch of stuff that I should be getting on right here. Okay, so you got that LinkedIn. Ben Dupain has a LinkedIn. And you guys want to share that LinkedIn as much as possible. That's your professional profile. Okay, it is your resume. It shows what you are. The sooner you get it up, the sooner it starts ranking. So you want to get that there. Okay, has everybody got that? Abigail's making masks for hospitals. Abigail, that is awesome. I love you for doing that. That is amazing. So Abigail, big props to you. Everybody say thank you, Abigail. She's trying to step up and do something good. So way to go, Abigail. Now that Abigail said that, I'm totally eager to follow her on Instagram, give her props wherever I can, and do whatever I can to help her achieve her goals. So Abigail, I hope you post a picture on your Instagram of making those masks so everybody could show their appreciation that you duly deserve. Don't be shy about it. Because you'll get some appreciation and maybe also you'll inspire some others to do it as well. You guys agree? So when you do something good, it's all about how you phrase. Like Abigail's doing something great and you want to post on your social media, just phrase in the correct way. So that way, not only you could get some appreciation, but you could also inspire others to do the same. Good for you, Abigail. Okay, so that's LinkedIn. Now we got Instagram. So Kristen, what can we do? What can we call ourselves before we are licensed? You could say studying to take the real estate exam. You could say lover of real estate expert, real estate conversationalist, real estate lover, you know, all that kind of stuff. Be creative with it. You just can't say real estate licensee. You can't say realtor. You can't say real estate agent. You can't say real estate broker. You could say real estate guru, passionate in real estate. There you go. Okay, we talked about Instagram. The reason I talk about Instagram a lot because that's probably the easiest form of social media to maintain at this point. It's the easiest one to maintain. It's the most simple and straightforward. So that's the one a lot of you guys should be going with. You could do other ones, obviously. Said you got Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest. What I will say about which one to use the one that you currently use now. So if you, in your casual life, you Instagram, use that. In your casual life, if you use Facebook, use that. So Carrie said, I like Facebook and Twitter. I like them the best. Use that then, Carrie. But remember, all the principles we're talking about apply to all of those. All right, Carrie? So we're talking about basic social media principles here. All right, Carrie? So if you guys use Pinterest, go with that. You don't want to kind of go into a whole nother realm because you're not comfortable with it, you're not going to enjoy it. Know your niche, and your niche is basically you. So people like you, people have similar interest in you. That's what generally people migrate to. People like to hire real estate agents that are similar to them. So find one that you like. So everybody lists their favorite social media platform right now. Everybody lists their favorite social media platform. LinkedIn, you got to do whether you like it or not. You have no choice in that. Okay, so we got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So we don't have a lot of Pinterest people. And like, I love them all. YouTube, okay. YouTube's a trickier one, but you guys could do that as well. All right, so you guys got to become an expert in one of them. On Instagram, and this applies to all of them, create a theme, create a theme. What do I mean by theme? Check out this guy. You see a theme with his pictures. These are not just randomly taken pictures. Everybody see this? What I have on the board? Luxury. It's not even just luxury. There's a color theme. There's an artistry to this. And I will say, he probably had a photographer who really knew what he was doing behind him. Okay, but you see also the colors. There's a theme and the styles. All right, does everybody get that? So you guys should create a theme. If you're not an expert, I want to show you a very simple way to do this. Okay, you can have consistent colors. And what do you think of this one? This one is much simpler to do. You pick your colors. You could use something called Canva. Look up Canva. I just wrote that in the chat. And you could create a nice one. So this is, if you're not an expert, this style is much easier to do. Okay, you have a theme. They have some nice pictures of the community, nice images here. Do you guys like this one? As I said, the other one, I think you need a little more expertise, but this one's a little cleaner. And obviously, you guys do what works for you. You do what works for you. The point is, you got to pick a theme. This person chose these colors of aqua because they're selling beach communities. They want to get across that color. So you got to do what you can. What colors is PrepAgent? What are the colors of PrepAgent? What do you guys think? What are the colors of PrepAgent? Blue. Blue, white, and gray. Boom. You guys knew it immediately. You see my point? You immediately knew blue, white, and gray. In every picture, I'm wearing a blue shirt. Unless I forgot and I just messed up. But just about every picture, I'm wearing a blue or gray shirt. I'm wearing blue glasses or gray glasses. You guys get the idea. We try and stay true to a certain theme. The hat sometimes I go a little nutty with. If you look at my Joe Juder profile, if you just look it up, it's Joe Juder, Instagram.com/Joe Juder. That's more of a golden green. Yeah, it's more green and yellow. Oh, Rachel Hahn is here. What's up, Rachel? Great to see you. Rachel's one of our star contributors to our group. Okay, so you guys notice we're always trying to get a theme across. Which brings me to my next point. On Instagram, follow key people. Who are the key people here? So you have marketing people, real estate people, community influencers, and sphere of influence. So what are the marketing people? What are the marketing people? The marketing people are people who are experts in social media, nothing to do with real estate. Okay, so everybody got that? Nothing to do with real estate, just social media people people who know different types of marketing, maybe salespeople. We're following them for knowledge. Does everybody get that? You don't need to comment on their profiles, anything like that. We're just commenting them for knowledge. Everybody got it? So everybody write, follow the marketing gurus. Everybody write that, follow the marketing gurus. And we're doing that to increase our knowledge. Okay, same thing for the real estate people. Follow them to learn. Follow them to learn about real estate, different techniques. You're not there to comment. You're not there to make friends with them unless you want to. But that's more for knowledge. Community influencers. I don't know your community, or you know your community. Maybe it's the mayor of the town. Maybe it's a coach who's really popular or a really great teacher. Maybe it's a great community organizer. But you want to follow those people that have influence in your community. And now you want to start commenting on their pages. Anne Marie should sign up and pay for their classes. I don't know. Depends if their class is good or not. They all claim to get you more leads. Okay, so community influencers. So everybody name a community influencer in your town. You don't need their specific name, like their role. Like, what are they? Let's give us some ideas. Like, who are some community influencers? People in your community that have some following. So the mayor, store owners, doctors. Good. Musicians, police officers, small business owners. Good. So we want to follow military leaders. Good. So you want to follow those people, and now we're getting to people you want to comment on their posts. Remember, intelligent comments, not just spammy, annoying ones. You want to be part of their conversation. Everybody got it? And sphere of influence, we talked about earlier. That's when I gave the example of Bill from college you haven't spoken to for a long time. People in the area, people that are familiar with what's going on, and you want to interact with them. That community could be your town. It also could be your condo complex. It could be your local sports team. So you define community however you want. Everybody got that? Define community however you see fit. By the way, side note, the same time saying follow people, can you please unfollow the people that are not helping you achieve your goals? I always give this example. I'll give it again. You don't need to follow the good-looking people sitting on beaches. You don't need to follow the bunny rabbit chasing the dog or any of that kind of stuff. Everybody write, I promise to stop following nonsense. Right? I promise to stop following nonsense. People say social media is a waste of time. It's only a waste of time if you follow junk. It's like saying eating's a waste of time. Eating's a waste of time if you're eating cookies and cake. Let's be honest. How many of you guys follow stuff where you watch it and you're like, that was totally funny and awesome. And then afterwards, you're like, I just lost 10 minutes of my life. I'll never get back. If that's me, right, that's me. How many of you guys are guilty of that? Where it's just like, you watch it and you're just like, haha, that was funny. All right, I'm dumber now. How many of you guys ever do that? I am totally guilty of that. We all need a little guilty pleasure, but you gotta limit it. So take it out of the people you follow. If you must, here's an idea. Have two separate profiles, which you probably should anyway. Your professional profile, and when you feel like having fun and just following crap, have your personal profile. And there you can follow all the nonsense you want. What do you guys think of that idea? So when you allocate yourself like 30 minutes of just being, a human and wanting some good giggles and laughs or whatever, have a separate profile for that. That way you don't get distracted. You probably should have a personal and professional profile anyway. You want to keep it separate. I mean, we all need a good giggle once in a while. So come on, we're not robots here. There's nothing wrong with seeing the bunny chase the dog and the good-looking people on vacation or the sports bloopers or whatever it is you like. Hello, Olivia. Okay, we said commenting on key people in the sphere of influence. We discussed that before. Okay, the type of post you should be doing will go into three categories: sales, personal, and informative. Sales, personal, and informative. What are sales? That's pretty obvious. It's saying like, I'm a real estate agent, use me. It's when you post your business card. It's when you post your number to contact you at. It's when you have those cheesy little photos with like you folding your arms in your suit or your pretty, business attire. You guys know I'm talking about that. What happens if you post that too much? It ends up looking like a big annoying billboard and nobody wants to look at it. Boring. Everybody write boring with extra O's. Diana says, do you have to have a photo of yourself? Yes, you do. I mean, somewhere you do. This is a personal service. Not for every industry, but you got to connect. Remember I talked about, Diana, people knowing you? One of the big successes of PrepAgent is we connect with people. We try and connect with you. We hope you connect with us. I don't think that could do that with a logo. I think that happens with a bald guy in a hat. And you don't have to be some stunning, good-looking person. I'll be honest. I am not Brad Pitt here. I don't have chiseled abs, but I took a basic picture of myself, put on my hat, and there it is, okay? It's about creating personability. It's not about getting a date. Has everybody got that? We're not on a dating app here. We're trying to be professional. So don't worry about that. You want to convey a sense of security that you're a real person who cares. Okay, so sales, personal. Every once in a while on our posts, and I'm very reluctant about this, but I suck it up and do it from time to time. But you want to convey that you're a real person. This is different than your personal profile. It's a little more strategic, but every once in a while, I'll put a picture of my dog. What does my dog look like? Anybody know? Better yet, who knows my dog's name? What does my dog look like? Who knows? All right, my point is a lot of you guys know what my dog looks like because I try to put some personal information out there. Okay, personal information. Every once in a while I had a picture of my mom and dad. One of the posts that did better than any other post I ever did was when I wished my mom a happy birthday. Not like what is a freehold estate or information about the exam, but a simple thing about happy birthday, mom. I think it was her 75th birthday. And I posted a picture of her, the happy birthday, and that post went bonkers. Everybody said happy birthday because there's a lot of love out there and there's a lot of great people following, and they all wanted to wish my mom a happy birthday. And it was so nice to see. Not only did it get my Instagram page a big following, but my mom was super happy. She felt like a superstar that day. She loved it. I loved it. It worked all around. Now, does that mean I can post pictures every day of my mom? No, that is not the idea. Okay, moving right along. You guys with me? I know this is going a little longer. I hope this is good information for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I apologize if it's going long. Okay, I just want to talk a little bit about Facebook and then we'll wrap it up. Facebook business page versus Facebook personal page. Please start a Facebook business page. Please, please, please. Everybody knows the difference. Who knows that there's a difference between a Facebook business page and a Facebook personal page? You cannot use your personal page for your business. I see people do it all the time. It's amateurish. It makes you look like a novice and it's junk. Okay? Start a business page. Your personal page cannot have more than 5,000 followers. I know 5,000 sounds like a lot, but you may get there. You cannot do advertisements from your personal page. You cannot manage certain types of account from your personal page. Your business page, you could do advertising. You could run different types of groups. You could do different types of events. Your personal page, you cannot, okay? Right now, the only thing you need to do with your business page is make it look clean, much like we discussed that LinkedIn page. So with that Facebook business page, you may also want to think about starting a Facebook group. You guys saw the success that I have with my Facebook group that we use. Joe, people in the Facebook group are asking this to be recorded. I think so. I hope so. I'll have to ask Arthur about that. He's the master of all this stuff. Do you know how many business pages you can have? You could have way more than 2, Carrie. Don't worry about that. You could have like a ton of business pages. Facebook wants you to use your business page, okay? So set up that business page. So guys, I think that's all for now. It's a lot of information. Any one of these things I can elaborate on, and maybe I will. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys have a great day. This is Joe, PrepAgent. I'm going to put more information of this nature on my Instagram. Instagram.com/Joe Juder. You can find me there. We'll also put stuff on PrepAgent. You guys also find me there. Instagram.com/prep_agent. We'll go in there. Like I said, I could elaborate on any of these. I could go into more about Instagram Live, about different types of groups and events you could do, about using Facebook Creator Studio. There's a lot more information out there, so we'll try and cover more of it at another time. Thank you, everybody. We'll see about that recording. I'll see if we could set it up, and we'll put it out to the world. All right? Have a great day. Bye.